Well, hello, guys. It is your girl, Natalie Butler, and today I am here with a video to teach you how you can actually find new people using Facebook business pages. So, we know the importance of actually networking and meeting new people so we're not talking to the same people over and over again. And we also know the importance of our DMO, our daily method of operation. So, each day you want to be meeting five new people, five new contacts, right? But you also want to be speaking with five new people. So you don't want to be talking to the same people over and over again because that is our safety zone, right? That's our comfort zone, right? Because some people are really afraid of speaking to people. So, as a network marketer, you guys, we are professional friend makers. We want to turn strangers into friends, friends into business partners and customers, all right? So, in order to do that, you have to be authentic. You have to be genuine. Like the spammy, the salesy, buy from me, that really doesn't work, okay? So think about it in terms of if you were just out and about shopping somewhere else and somebody walked up to you, approached you, and tried to pull you into their store. You'd be like, wait a minute, hold on. Like you would have some type of reluctance or some type of hesitancy. And that's because people don't want to feel sold. So it's all about building relationships. And I actually made this mistake when I very first got started, you guys. I was adding any and everybody. I looked up and I had people who um, I honestly don't know how I became friends with them. Like our personalities did not match. I couldn't even speak to them about anything. And if you can't just speak to a person just on an actual personal level, right? You don't have to be intimate and open up about your deepest and darkest secrets. But if you can't even speak to a person beyond hi, hello, how's the weather, then you're not going to be able to speak to them about your business. So what I found is a simple little, I would say a hack, or is it a trick? And it's just to connect with like-minded people, to talk about things that I like to talk about. Like think about your favorite topic. You can probably talk about it to any and every person. It doesn't matter if it's somebody you've known for a while, or it doesn't matter if it's a brand new stranger. But if they ask you about a certain topic, you can go on and on about it, right? So this is how we're going to use Facebook business pages to find people who are interested in those topics that you like. So I know I speak about joining different Facebook groups, and I still suggest that you do that. However, the benefit of an actual business page and the difference between a group is you have to request to join a Facebook group most of the time, right? Because most groups are private, they're not public. And with that being said, there may be a waiting period between when you've actually requested to join and if they accept you, right? But with a business page, you don't have to do any of that. So now I'm just going to hop right on over to Facebook and I'm going to show you how to find people who are interested in the very same thing that you are interested in. So here we are, you guys. As you see, I'm logged in. You can actually use this using your, or do this using your smartphone as well, but I wanted to do it on a computer screen because it's bigger, of course. So in the top, at the top of the screen, you see the search field, okay? So I was just playing around with this, and something that I like to talk about, you guys, is Walking Dead. So I actually just typed in Walking Dead in the actual search field, and I am going to scroll over just to make sure that I'm hitting the page and not the actual group, okay? Because as I said, remember, a lot of times you have to request to join the group, and for that reason, it takes a little bit longer. So as you can see, the number one is the official Walking Dead page. So now what I'm going to do, you guys, and this is so simple, is I'm just going to go ahead and like the page. Boom. Now it's going to show up to people that say, to let them know that I also like the page. So as you can see underneath, this page actually has 35 million people following it. Okay. Now do you see why I never ever stick with the whole reason of nobody, there's nobody in the world? Like, come on now. It's 35 million people who either like or follow Walking Dead. And as you can see, 144 of my friends actually like this. So I'm just going to go to the page really quickly just to show you the one thing that you won't be able to do, and I'm going to show you the workaround to that. So with a Facebook group, you guys, you can actually go to the members list to see who's all a part of the group. With a actual business page, you won't be able to do that, okay? So as you see on the right hand side, it'll say community, and it'll Like you can't click on it. So as you can see, there's 35,228,153 people that like this. I don't know why I read that entire number. All right. So it won't allow me to see who's all in this, who, like, other than my friends. It won't allow me to see what strangers actually like this, other than this little top section here that says top fans. And that usually consists of like maybe 60, 70 people, but there's a better way to do this. So now that I've actually liked this page, you guys, it's going to show up on my profile that I liked it so people can see that we have things in common. But now I can actually go back to see who else liked it. Like you see right here, I can't see beyond the 35 million likes. I can actually see exactly who liked it using this simple feature, you guys. So on the left hand side, I'm going to go to Discover People. If you're using your mobile device, either Android or iPhone, you can go to Discover People as well. You just want to click on like the little three bars in the mobile app, which is the menu, okay? And then you can go to Discover People. So now, as you can see at the very, very top of my screen, it says People Who Like The Walking Dead. All right, so I'm going to click on that and so this is what I've realized with the Discover feature. Whatever you last did is what is going to connect you with. So you see, I just or the last thing that I did was actually like this page for The Walking Dead. That was the very first thing that it suggested. So the last thing you did is going to actually be the top thing that is going to help you to discover more people. Now, as you get to see, I see a whole sheet of people who actually like The Walking Dead. So now what I like to do, and something that you can do as well, okay, is I can just go back and I can click on each person's profile and learn a little bit more about them. But then you can also go to see friends of friends, right? So this way you're expanding beyond your friends, and it makes your page look a little bit more trustworthy when they say, oh, okay, we got several friends. Like if you don't have any type of friends with that person, sometimes they kind of look up and they're like, wait a minute, who are you? Especially depending upon how you have your Facebook profile set up, okay? You can also do the city, right? So I'm in Chicago and it allows me to select Chicago. You can do education, and this just goes to the schools that I went to. So that can also be something else that we have in common, or work, the places that you have worked. So now I'm going to show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to anyone, but then I'm going to go to Chicago. So I want to connect with Chicago Walking Dead likers. Is that what we are called? Fans. Okay, there we go. Fans. I know it's like, wait a minute, where am I going with this? All right. So now what I like to do is I literally look at the profile and I see who I can connect with. All right. So I do not add any men because I don't talk really that much about like men stuff, I guess. Like I'm usually all about like girl, 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 because that's what I like to talk about. So now all I do is I actually look and see who can I actually relate to, who's using their actual picture, because of course if I'm using my picture, I want to see what you look like too, okay? So let's see here. Is this Tiverly? Okay, as you can see, it says we have 4 mutual friends and 20 things in common, including Chicago. So this kind of looks a little bit promising. We have some things we like to talk about, right? So now look at that. We like black women losing weight page. We like female fit body. Um, and okay, well, never mind, because it looks like her last poster, the last thing she actually published was back in November. So she's not active. So I'm not going to send her a friend request. Okay. Like, and this also counts for you guys too. When you're sending friend requests, you want to make sure that your profile looks active, right? You want to make sure that you have at least 2 to 3 public posts per week so people can see that you're actively on the profile. Like if you're not active and you're sending friend requests, it kind of looks like spam, or it kind of looks like one of those fake phony profiles where it's not real. And like some people like to actually use those profiles to scam people. So you want to make sure that you have something within like the last 2 to 3 days and have it be a public post, okay? So now let me go over here. We have 1 mutual friend and we have 38 things in common, including Chicago. Okay, so she likes, oh, perfect example. Look at this. She doesn't have any public posts, you guys. So I can't, oh, Yes, she does. My bad. It just took a while for my internet to pick up. But it still doesn't matter because her last post was July 1st. That was almost a year ago. Alrighty, let me see here. And because I like to talk about makeup, you guys, I make sure that the person has like on some type of cosmetic item, whether it be a good lip gloss, mascara, whatever. But that way I know we have something to talk about. But if you are not like promoting the makeup and that's not something that you really like to talk about, just make sure it's somebody that you could see yourself being friends with outside of the internet, okay? So now this lady is active. Okay. 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 So now I get to see, right? Like, can I actually communicate with that person? Can I talk to them? So the rule of thumb, you guys, if you can't talk to them, like you can't find that commonality, you cannot find that common ground, don't add them because you're going to end up stuck. And if you can't talk to them as a person, as I said before, you cannot talk to them about your business because they're always going to have their like they're going to have like their reflectors up, right? So how you approach somebody is how they're going to reciprocate that. And if they don't, then you don't even want to be friends with them in the first place. So you want to make sure that you're just out open, you're genuine, and you just have something in common with them, right? So, as I said, this is what I like to do personally to go find new people. The 553. So, I meet five new people per day. I speak to five new people per day. And finding people who actually like the same things that I do has made this so much easier to talk to them about stuff, right? So, let me see if I can find another example because with this feature, the Discover feature as well, it will also show you their groups if they're in Facebook groups, and this can kind of help you learn a little bit more about them as well. I don't think she's in groups, or I don't know if it's a feature that's specifically for the mobile app, but I know on the mobile app it'll allow you to see what groups they're in. And then that way you can also have something in common. So I found some people doing this very same method. And down at the bottom, you would scroll down and it will say like this person is also a member of this group. Or I was like, okay, cool. So there's a good chance that we might meet up anyway. Like our connection is inevitable. Oh, okay. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope it helped. Catch you guys on the next one.